So, hi Les, and excuse the strange framing with my head cut off, but it felt more important on this one to get the neck of the guitar in, as that's what we're going to be working on. So this is the first lesson. We're looking at the intro to Birds of Paradise and the first two solo phrases. One of the key things with this whole song is that it's really quite slow. So in fact, rather than counting it as a 1, 2, 3, 4, that tempo, it really helps to kind of hear it as much quicker than that in terms of doubling it up. So we hear it as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, that will make more sense as we go through each bit of the phrase. So, as it says on your handout, the intro, first half, is very much based on the 5th fret D minor shape. But we're not actually going to play that. What we're doing is that we play each group of notes on a pair of strings, and we're actually going to use the shape of the D minor as a kind of map. So we don't need to have the whole thing there, but it gives us the basic shape. So on the first pair of strings, string 1 and 2, we can cover it in this way, and the challenge is going to be keeping the two of them ringing out, but I play those two, so string 1 and string 2 at fret 5, and I hammer on onto string 2 at fret 6. So we go. And that's quite a quick little hammer on. We hardly hear it, which is why it's small. I've remembered that I'm going to write this out again, so I will do for you, so it can be a little clearer than it is. So I'll do that and email it along too. So, strings 1 and 2 at fret 5. I play them, I hammer on to string 2, fret 6, then take it off. So that's the first two notes. I then move to the next pair of strings, 3 and 2, and I'm going to hammer on to string 3 at fret 7. So that's where my map's coming in. Yeah, there we're on string 3, there's my hammer on. Strings 3 and 2, played, hammer on to fret 7, and off. So we've got, we play that twice. So, first group, second group, repeat. We then go across to the next pair, which is strings 4 and 3, and we do exactly the same technique, and we hammer on. Okey-doke. So start. So if I do the whole lot. On strings 3 and 4, I just let it ring. Again, first pair. Same thing again. Strings 4 and 3, let it ring. Now you notice over the top of that last set of notes is an upside down semicircle with a dot in it. That means pause. If you listen to the record, it's not really in time, he just lets it ring. Next thing we do, so second bar. We're back on strings 3 and 2. Exactly the same hammer-on technique. We're going to play strings 3 and 2, hammer on to fret 7 on string 3. So now we don't do the quick hammer on, we're going to play it as a rhythm. You can see there we've got the 3 notes, and it's going to sound ta-ka-ta. So again with that rhythm on that second bit. Ta-ka-ta. So those first two beats there. Next little section, the last 5 notes or so, we're going to change position. We've been at fret 5, we've played, my third finger here is ready. I play that note on string 4, fret 7, and I slide it back, hardly hearing it. And then I play string 4, fret 3. So, beat 3 in that bar, play 7, slide back to 5, play 3. So, we've had our little pause, string pair 3 and 2. Now we do the ta-ka-ta. We play 7 on the 4th string but slide quickly, fret 3. Now what we've got is we're going to repeat this technique of the 2 strings with a hammer on. We're now at fret 3 and I'm playing strings 4 and 3. I play them, I do my hammer on onto string 4, take it off, so hammer on. Very final bit there is I'm going to roll over onto fret 3 on the 5th string and I do a really quick slide. So the second bar, string pair 2 and 3. Ta-ka-ta. On the 4th string, play 7, slide back, fret 3. We're now playing fret 3, string 4 and 3, and we do our hammer on, roll across. So, if I put all of that together, I get 3 and 4 and pause. And again, this is about as slowly as I can do it without losing tempo, so I'll have to do that again. Second selection, strings 3 and 2 with a hammer on. 5 on the 4th string, ta-ka-ta. Play 7 on the 4th and slide back, fret 3. Once through the whole thing, slowly. So, there's the intro. First phrase of the solo. Again, one of the really important things here is that we're going to do it really slowly. It sounds quick because he's so impressive. It is well within your speed ability, Les. And what we're going to do, each phrase sits in one of our pentatonic scales. So on the first one, we're in the most obvious shape 1 pentatonic. It's the one that's at fret 10. Here's my first finger at fret 10. And it's the one that we use loads. So we go 10, 13, 10, 12, 10, 12. So top string. That's the scale bar 6 on your handout. So what we can then do with the handout is, if you have a look at it, the very first phrase is simply that fret 13 and I play it, and it's quite a quick blend. And I give it a bit of wobble. Now we're going to take each beat. So after we've held that bend, we can see that it's going to go on the tab 10, 12, 12, 10 on the top string, and roll across to fret 10 on the second fret string. And I'm going to count that as 1, 2, 3, and so if I actually count it as a beat, and I'm not going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, but kind of ta, 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 ta. I'll do it again. Ta, 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 ta. 10, 12, 12, 10, 13. Next thing we do is it's 10 on string 2, and we go back up to string on 10 on string 1. So it's simply this. Ta, ta. So if I put that together with the first one, ta, 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 ta. The final group in that bar is a triplet, which has got that. If we've got the tempos here, we're going to go ta, 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 get, 1, 2, 3. So, and there we're getting on that phrase, but we're going to play 13 on the second string, down to 10, rolls across to 10 on the third. And if I do that now tacked onto the end, we get ta, 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 ta. And the very final thing we do is fret 12 on the D string, which I note is a mistake on the tab, and we're simply going to go ta, ta. So the whole thing after the bend, ta, 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 1, 2, 3, ta. If I now put the bend in, we get this. So there's a phrase. Just moving to the last page here. The next phrase is much simpler. Just a little jump into a bend that we might not like. This is in exactly the same position as we used all that time we were playing Moonflower. And I haven't done the scale on here. I'll put it on the next thing I edit. But we're going to play from string 12 on the D string. And I play 12, 15, 12, 14, 13, 15, 13, 15, and then I can bend. So from the fourth string, 12, 15, 12, 14, 13, 15, 13, 15, bend. Do you like why I sang the bend? Bend. So, the phrase here, the first 4 notes in that bar, I play fret 14 on the third string, and I go across to fret 13. So the first bit is. Next 2 notes are top string 13, back to second string 15. Now one of the things I do here is I use string finger 2 on the B string, because it leaves me finger 3 to jump onto the top string at fret 15 too as well, and I give it a bend. So here's a phrase from 14. And we finish top string, 13, 15, end on 15 on the second string. So here we go. So that's the first two phrases. The important thing to do as well is remember, have a listen through it. So if I give just at this point a little recap, we're going to be the intro. And to the solo. So there we go, Les. First little try at this, 16, 17 minutes nearly. I'll upload it. I'm going to rewrite the tab just so it's neater and I hope a bit clearer for you. And I shall spray it all across in an email as a link. Take care, mate, and talk to you in the morning.